Right then. So, let's just get this onto the chat. So yeah, another Bitzbox live stream. Hopefully this one goes better than the last one I did a couple of weeks ago. Had a few sound issues. I won't know till people start joining whether still have the same issues this week, but we shall see. I tested it and it seems fine, so not that means much on these videos. But yeah, I'm going to be building the Chaotic Beasts for Warcry, maybe a bit more terrain. I have the Corvus Cabal here as well. That's probably being ambitious. See what we can get done in a couple of hours, really. And yeah, I'm just going to really crack straight into it. And yeah, feel free to hop on the chat and say hi. Let me know what you're working on. And yeah, once people start jumping in, of course. So yeah, Chaotic Beasts. So I'm going to start with doing some Raptorix. Just chopping out the bits for them. They're pretty interesting things, very strange, but pretty cool. So we should have a couple of these sprues. So I assume it's this one. So I might as well build them at the same time. And yeah, so I'm here for a couple of hours. Normal slot. Normal show tonight, really. As I say, I'd like to get back on these more regularly once I sort of get more into a routine, but I'd still like to try and do Thursday nights if possible. It'd be quite cool. And yeah, I'm currently just filming in Bitzbox HQ. Hope the internet's good. Hopefully sounds good. And all that. So yeah, obviously if there's any issues with the stream, just let me know, but it should be okay. So, not a great deal of filing needed on these things. I'm hoping I've got all the bases here. Just my luck if I haven't. I should have. We have quite a lot of bases here anyway, so should be all good. They seem to have like a choice of heads and stuff, so maybe I'll get all the bodies and that done first and then play around with the heads, so assume it's that way. Little bits of flash in there. That'd be that leg. That'd be that leg. Cool, so yeah, these can go together pretty easily. So I should hopefully build them up in no time at all. I'll stop dropping them. He says. Ah, so it's that way up. There we go. They also have some wings as well, but I'll get all the bodies. Get all the bodies done, they're pretty straightforward by the looks of it. So just get all the bits chopped off and ready. Shove them on the desk. There. And it looks like there's one on here as well, so there should be 6 of them. Yeah, so we'll get the 6 bodies together. So all the... I must make sure actually all the wings are correct. So Yeah, I better actually cut off the wings, right wings for them, before we start getting them all muddled up. So let's get them chopped off. It's going to be them ones. Oh, I put my laptop so far away I have to lean forward to squint to read the chat. Have you used Tamiya extra thin cement? It's perfect for small bits. No, I haven't, but I'll have to check that out. Sorry I'm late, what is the building tonight? Chaotic Beasts for Warcry. At least. I should probably get through them quite quick. I'm here for a couple of hours. So I can either move on to the Corvus Cabal afterwards, or just some more terrain. So we've got like Raptorix, there's Furies as well, isn't there? There's going to be Spawn being introduced as well, Chaos Spawn. I think they're in the Monsters and Mercenaries book. So I'll be able to bring out my old Chaos Spawn for Warcry, which would be quite cool. I am looking forward to that book. Got a giant Arachnarok spider I can use, which would be really cool. Quite fun to fight against that in Warcry, I think. So yeah, we'll probably put out some more Warcry content because we are really enjoying it. But we want to do some other games as well. Probably going to look into Kill Team and Necromunda. Do some more of them. I haven't played Necromunda for a long time. So just cleaning these up. Hello DJ Demo. Sorry if you see me sort of leaning forward, it's because my laptop's way over there. In fairness, like I could just make that a lot bigger. There we go. Now I haven't got to keep leaning forward. I'm one of these people who likes to have my web browser like quite small font. I don't like it all in your face. So, which is fine when you're right in front of a laptop. Yeah, be as far away from the screen as conveniently possible. Yeah, if you could see the screen, you'd see like there's so much recording equipment just right there as well. I've actually built a little thing. For the laptop to sit on with. I've shoved a lot of wires and stuff underneath, which has been quite handy. I played the Cordor game from Necromunda and used them as cultists in 40k. Nice, yeah, they're actually really good for Chaos cultists. It's not a bad idea. And I have glasses too. Most people do in this day and age. I actually find it weird when people don't have glasses. It's like, how can your eyes be that good? It just seems strange. Do you do Necromunda? Yeah. Yes, I haven't played any for ages. There are some games on our channel from when we done a mini campaign, but yes, I've got some Escher. I really like my Escher gang. I seem to be missing a leg for this guy. What have I done with that? I need to chop off the sprue. Yeah, I've got the Escher gang, I've got a Goliath gang. Well, I've half painted a Goliath gang. I've got Orlocks. Really like my Orlocks actually. I'm actually quite proud of a paint job on them. And a Venator gang as well, which is what I used in the campaign, which is essentially just... they're kind of just like a mishmash of all sorts. I really want to get Dalak. I really like them guys. I've actually got some still on the sprue that I may build up at some point, because they're awesome, but I'll probably convert them a little bit. Main is Escher and Cult. Nice. Yeah, the Eschers are awesome. Yeah, I mean, I got some Gene Stealer Cult stuff as well, actually. I could try out. So they fit on there like so. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Enforcers as well. I don't apologise for that spell. Don't worry about that. I can't spell for shit. I just rely on a computer to do it all for me. Yeah, the Enforcers are really nice. I think we've got some more coming in next week. Yeah, they're really cool. Yeah, because they're essentially the Arbites, aren't they? Now, I did like the old Arbites though. But Enforcers are really nice. Yeah, yeah, they are pretty much. They're sort of like the lawmen, aren't they? Hi guys, what do you think is a better game, Kill Team or Warcry? Do you know we put this question out a couple of weeks ago, and it was close, but Kill Team did come out on top. I love Warcry because it's so quick and easy to play, and obviously it's good when we've got someone like Ingrid on the team, who's obviously she's in charge of all our in charge of our social media stuff now, and she ought to get in on some games on YouTube, and sort of Warcry is a great one to start with because it's so easy to pick up and play. But I'm gonna teach a Kill Team. I sort of know the basics. Similar to Necromunda, isn't it? From what I can see. Where does this wing not want to go on? Probably because this one goes there. There we go. That one needs cleaning up actually. So put that on there like so. I'm in Warcry now, got a team of 8. Yeah, so I haven't really played much Kill Team. Are there any sort of factions, armies, lists, etc. that you guys think are particularly good, or any we should probably avoid? I know what things are typically sort of like in 40k. Oh, so yeah, I'm on the hard stuff tonight, on the Coca-Cola, and the chocolate this week is a twirl. So I think that's on camera. I'll watch a build them. Chaotic Beasts. So these are Raptorixes. So anything about having the chat on the thingy? I wonder if I can just move this. I don't seem to have a live view at the moment. Oh, that's just... Come on. There we go, now I can see the chat and I can see what I'm doing as well. That's much better. Have you fancy doing any Lord of the Rings? We'd love to see some content on the channel. Katie, who's on our channel, has actually played Lord of the Rings quite a few times. She knows the rules better than I do. I'd like to get into it, definitely. So, I certainly wouldn't rule it out, but I wouldn't expect it this side of Christmas if we do it. But yeah, definitely. Now we've got Ingrid in. We've got so much more time to do games now. We're going to start with smaller games, but eventually we're going to play more. And the aim is to try and get a game in every week. We're really busy next week. We've got lots of new stuff for Warcry to put up on the site, so we might not fit one in next week. But yeah, the future is going to be good for this channel. We're going to try and play lots of different games. We want to do Warhammer Underworlds, Necromunda. DJ Tim says Necromunda is better than Kill Team. Yeah, I love Necromunda. And we can make a Kill Team in Necromunda. Cool. 12, made by wizards. My Warcry leader has 3 arms. Nice. What faction's that for? But yeah, I'd really like to do Lord of the Rings, so it's definitely on our list. Glad to see the channel growing. Thanks. Yeah, we really want to get to. There's definitely always going to be at least one video a week. We really want to get to a stage where we do 2 videos a week. I'm now doing the Critical Role painting tutorials again for the. Now doing the Mighty 9 one, so I'm hoping to get one of them up every week, starting from next week as well. Ingrid will continue with her Total Noob series, and me and Katie are going to do some more hobby school as well. And yeah, just trying to get games in here and there. Next week's such a weird week for us because I've got other commitments as well as work that I'm trying to work around. Just going to be an absolute nightmare, especially with like new Warcry stuff coming in that we've got to do pictures of and everything like that. So next week, maybe even next couple of weeks, is going to be a little bit hectic, but we'll soon get back on it. Oh, you can make a kill team of any race as long as they're humanoid infantry. So they just follow like the Imperial Guard rules or something. My Warcry leader is a navigator mutant cult leader. Cool. Oh yeah, because you could easily use the Gene cult rules as well, couldn't you? That's really cool. I was thinking of taking some of my Space Marines, maybe trying to kill team with them. There's other little videos I want to do. I did mention some on the last stream. And I mentioned I was going to do a Black Dragons conversion video, and I done it and filmed it and edited it. Ugh, I can't get my words out. And I just wasn't happy with it, so I didn't put it out. I mean, you know, you can't put out terrible content all the time, hey. That Mad Ronan, hey, thanks for joining us. Hope you're well this evening. Exactly, you would play as close to what you see as what you get to your model representations. You have to designate who is what before the gang war, though. And nothing bigger than a Marine. Yeah, and same in Warcry, really, you could use anything, really. I want to do a video on sort of how to use other stuff. Because you could technically use anything in Warcry and then use the other rules, and so it could be really good for like sort of Blanjitsu guys who make their own little warbands and stuff. There's definitely options, not mixing and matching stuff, because that wouldn't be fair, but just using one warband sort of roster and just having a load of conversions. I mean, my Iron Golems pretty much do that in a way. I really like your painting tutorials and conversions. The Marathi one was excellent. Oh, cheers. Yeah, I really need to get back on conversion videos as well. As I said, I've done the Black Dragons one and that just didn't come out how I wanted, so I scrapped it. I don't have the right arms for the Sergeant. Are there guns and vehicles in Warcry? No, it's all just, well, it's all Age of Sigmar, isn't it? So there's bows and arrows and monsters instead. Must be that one. So I think with this last wing, that's all the body's done. Now the heads and the neck pieces you can mix and match, which is really nice. So I'll probably get them all cut off the sprues, but while I'm doing that, I'm going to get these guys on their bases. So they use these small oval bases, which of course I only have 5 of when I need 6. I happen to have a base. We've got loads in here, so I'll go grab one in a moment. No, not even a rifle. No, because I don't even have any of the... I don't even have any of the Empire stuff, or Free Guild, or whatever they call them. They should be in there. How excited are you for new Sisters of Battle? Yeah, very. Yeah. I don't know whether to collect them or not, though, but I'm looking forward to them finally being released in plastic. They're looking pretty good. What are you building? I'm building Raptorites, so these are the chaotic beasts from Warcry. I do apologise that half the screen just seems to be sprues. But as I get through these... No, you stay on your base. As I get through these, I'll move them over. So Raptorites and Furies, I'm going to build first. Might even get them done in the first half of the show, you know. I've only got to put necks and heads on these guys. But I do need another base. Yeah, we have to keep ignoring the twists what use chaotic beasts in Warcry, and there's a lot of them. So, need to get them painted. Well, built first, then painted. And start using them. I'm not sure how many more Warcry games we'll do for the channel in the near future, because we do want to go on to other games as well. But with the Monsters and Mercenaries book, we'll probably try some of them out. We have thought about maybe trying to see how a freeway game could work. So maybe we'll try that one time. Oh yeah, so I just need to grab another base. It's literally just out of shot, so I'm still here, don't worry. And I just want a small oval base, like so. I have noticed with some of the Warcry sets, the number of bases you get in a box seems to be random sometimes. We end up with loads. odd little bases left over, and a couple of times we've been short. There's such a varied mix in each box. No wonder GW can't keep up with them. Right, so while they're drying, I'll push them over there. I'll get all these heads and necks cut off, so we need 6. And I'd assume you possibly get some spare ones, I don't know. To be fair, half of them look exactly the same, so... But there are 6 different types, apparently. Oh, there's another one on there. So I just finished watching The Dark Crystal on Netflix. Really good, and so the heads of these guys just really remind me of the Skeksis. Like, you could really make some interesting Skeksis conversions out of these. That is brewing. That idea is brewing in my mind, guys. I hope I do get a spare head. We are restocking this. We are going to stock this set next week, so have a load going. I may have to sell the bodies and wings. Maybe we'll sell them together and then just sell all the heads individually and the neck pieces individually, because it'd be quite cool. Yeah, you actually get loads of heads on this. They just all look virtually the same. Yeah, there's an idea brewing there. Definitely. Right, so I think I've got 6 heads and 6 neck pieces. So I don't really know which way around these neck pieces go, but I assume it's that way around. So I'll just get all these necks on. That one just needs a little tidy up. Right, so slowly getting there, but these guys are not far from completion. I'm hoping on some of the future streams I will do some more painting. It's just that I don't paint in this room normally. Well, I will do in the future. I'll just bring a load of paints down and that. To be fair, because I've been doing these Critical Role painting tutorials, they're the only things I'm really painting at the moment. So of course they're being painted for videos. Right. So while they're drying, I'll just tidy up these heads. Right. Yeah, even, I mean, with the neck things on them as well, they look even more like Skeksis in the face. I'm so converting up some Skeksis. It's gonna be so cool. Maybe even make a little Warcry warband of them. Be quite interesting. That head does not want to fit there. I have done that the right way around. I'm sure. I wonder if that one's actually the other way around. It's hard to tell on these. Yeah, I'm thinking that one might go on like that. Well, that's how I'm putting it on now. Oh no, that's right. What you building, matey? Warcry doofers. Spot on. They are Warcry doofers. I probably should have just put in the title what I'm actually building, because that's what I normally do. I just don't want to give the game away. We're doing more Warcry on the channel because it's just everything's Warcry at the moment. But it's a fun little game. So I wonder if that piece goes on the other way as well. It's basically the same piece. So yeah, I'll flip that over. And once this last head goes on, that is them guys built. And then we can move on to the Furies. Now it's nice to see Furies in plastic. So I'm going to start with this guy. We seem to have 2 of each type, so... So I assume that, yeah, they're on 32mm bases, so that's good. Got a few of them, hundreds of them in here. Pop that over there. Yeah, I was mightily impressed with the Iron Jaws in Warcry. They're very tough. The Duff Up the Big Thing rule or ability is ridiculously good. I think it caused out about like 33 wounds or something in one activation, which is just insane. I mean, a couple of brutes using that ability would take on monsters in one turn. It's crazy. Obviously, if you roll well. Orcs is the best. They're certainly one of the strongest in Warcry, that is for sure. I'm looking forward to taking some of their characters as well. See what they're like. So, how on earth does this leg go on? Aha. And go on like that. So that's dry, and I can get the other one cut out as well. Absolutely everyone, and I mean everyone on YouTube is doing these bird monsters. We christened the warband with Mac Chicken Crotch-Peckers. Oh my god, yeah, they are Crotch-Peckers, aren't they? Yeah, well, you kind of need to have the chaotic beasts to play Warcry properly, because half the twists involve them. But I'm looking forward to, because I think Chaos Spawn are definitely in the new book, so I'm hoping they'll sort of work the same way. Then I'll bring out my spawn. I want to repaint my spawn. I may even do a little video on that. It could be a good sort of showcased how my paintings improved over the years, because I painted them a long time ago, and to sort of redo them would be quite cool. I've decided I'm changing the name of this show to Mac Chicken Crotch-Peckers. It's too good. Can I do all of a mouse? There we go. There we go. The show's now been christened Mac Chicken Crotch-Peckers. That might make some people curious to see what's going on with it. Oh, almost dropped the head then. I was thinking about Brexit, don't, and getting bits and pieces over to Spain from shops like yours. I don't reckon you'll be affected that badly, provided the value is less than €50. There will be no import tax. Just stick the value of the invoice on the back of the envelope parcel. Yeah, I mean, the people outside the EU who order from us, they'll have a customs label on their package, and we always just stick the average, because we're not going to just type out every single value of every order we do. So the average order value is about £10, so we just stick that on all of them so people don't pay any import at their end as well. It'll be a bit of a pain in the ass having to do it on all the international stuff, but yeah, you'll probably be okay. And for pounds fallen since the vote, and it's apparently it could be fall below the euro if we do crash out, so you know, buying from overseas could work out a lot cheaper for people. Not great for us, but good for customers indeed. I'm just waiting for Royal Mail to use it as an opportunity to increase their prices to Europe, even though there shouldn't be any reason to, but they'll do anything for a good price rise. They make GW look like amateurs in that field, so. But yeah, fingers crossed we'll be okay. But who knows what's going to happen with that. It's just like every week there's something more ridiculous happening in regards to that, so it just does your head in. Speaking of heads, this is the right head, isn't it? That really goes on very, very weird. I think we might need the other bit on first. Let's get the other bits on. So ignore the head. To be fair, I'm looking at the other guy, aren't I? So that's this. No? What the hell dude is this one? No idea. That's fine. Have you thought about building a life-sized orc tank and driving it to Parliament? I think we all have. Yeah, except at the moment, no buggers there. It does look like that. Yes, that's this dude. I probably should have put that on first. Never mind. So anything with these more sort of organic looking miniatures is very not obvious sometimes where all the bits go. How on earth does that? Must go like that. Aha! There we go, there we go. Now let's do the same thing for this guy. Yeah, I mean it's crazy when you've got a Prime Minister who's effectively breaking the law, lying to the Queen, just to get his own way, and there's some reports saying him and a lot of his mates are set to make a hell of a lot of money out of it, so yeah, the rest of us are just mugged off really. Talking of which, I'm painting an orc truck. Nice, I started with Avalanche Sunset Base, but not 100% sure where to go from there. It's orangey yellow right now, maybe Uriel or Flash Kits, or both. Yeah, it depends what sort of yellow you're going for. I can never remember which one's the bright one out of them two, but yeah, you could do a bit of both. Like maybe one as a highlight and one as a more extreme highlight. Oh, I see his foot sits on there as well. Ah. So I have no idea how his head's meant to go on. I'm sure once all the other bits are on, that'll become clearer. Bit of a 12 break. I'm making this 12 last, I tell you. I think I'm going to glue him to the base. So I think there's 6 Furies as well. And again, I'm not sure I've got the right number of bases. I still look like I'm one short. But that's fine, there's hundreds of 32s in here. There are some GW guys which say for bad moons do white primer and Flash Kit yellow, which is the brightest GW one. There are some brighter yellows out there, for example zinc yellow and Molotov. And hands are light yellow by Golden Paints. Oh, cool. I'm going to have to check them out, because there's not a great variety of yellows in the GW range. Could you imagine if we all ascended onto Westminster and started a war? If the place is going empty for 5 weeks, we should go in there and just have a big old party. What are you scranning on there? It's what's left of a 12. Oh, now go on. There you go. I don't even know what a 12 looks like. There was a bloke on YouTube named Citizen X who wanted 1,000 men to protest over Brexit, etc. He managed to only get under 100 and gave up. It was actually only a single trial. Just out of multi-pack. I should have bought 2. I should have bought in 2. I'll waste away. Although if you've been on our social media, if you go on our Instagram story, we all treated us, well, I treated everyone to some really nice big milkshakes today. Mine had like a slice of cake on top of it. Chocolate melts where I am, so they cannot legally sell dairy milk chocolate even in winter. Yeah, I noticed that when I've been to Spain a few times, and especially when I was younger, the disappointment of not being able to have chocolate. To be fair, I keep my chocolate in the fridge. I'm one of those guys. I still can't see how this head's meant to go on. It's looking at me at a weird angle. That's not really. Just... that's not right. Oh, that's better. Is it due to the water content of chocolate? Dairy milk is too high and it evaporates in the hot Mediterranean sun. Ah. Well, something I didn't know. Nestle chocolate is like licking old leather boots with sugar. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge fan. I still eat Nestle chocolate, but dairy milk is just so much better. And then you got Galaxy chocolate, which I don't know. It's close. It's up there. It's right up there. But it's a bit more sickly. That is for right leg. How on earth does that go on there? These are very interesting to put together. Oh, so it's really leant forward, that body. So his 2 wings are separate. If you go to the United States and eat Hershey chocolate, it tastes acidic. That's because when they originally created it, the milk within was sour, but they kept the recipe, hence the sour taste. Someone else had the same problem with the wing, it goes in at a funny angle or something. Yeah, it does seem like that. Oh, that's interesting about the Hershey's chocolate. Oh, that's nice. There's a few of them different neck things for the whatever they're called, Raptorixes that I could have used. I'm saving that one for a Skeksis conversion, definitely. I assume that's the other leg. I found my Daughters of Cain Slaughter Queen after looking for weeks at a reasonable price off eBay. Some German guy was selling. It's for a Blood Bowl star player. That's a Dark Elf. It's a rare find. Oh, nice. Right, so... yeah, these wings do certainly look interesting. What one's that? That's that one. How the hell does that go on? So that one? It must be that one. Surely this wing will go on first. Yeah, must do. Right, I'm going to have to really clean this up though, because I think any millimetre of flash is going to stop that from fitting properly. I need to got a bit of flash on there. Just chop him off. Cool. Yeah, they're pretty cool miniatures. Underdog Painting is here. Hello, thanks for joining the stream. Hope you're doing well this evening. Just building some chaotic beasts for Warcry. So now onto the Furies. Let's move everything over so they're a bit more in shot. There we go, and then the Furies can come in. So I'm going to start on the other one while that one's drying. My pleasure, just about to paint a captain for my custom chapter. Oh, nice. I've got some more ideas for my Space Marines. Must get back on them again sometime. This one seems to go together just a little bit better for now. You can go straight on his base as well. So he's sort of like just landed. I can't buy anything until I've painted what I have. That's not normal. That ain't normal. If we were all like that, we'd be a hell of a lot richer. I know I'd certainly be much better off. And I'll have a lot less, a lot more space as well. A hell of a lot more space. Oh no. Ah! First bit I dropped though. Not bad, nearly an hour in. You can imagine what it's like here when we're chopping stuff off sprues all day. We do drop a few odd bits now and then, almost daily. We even have lights under our desks just so it's easier to find stuff when they fall on the floor. Good thing about having the laminate floor though is you can hear when things drop and they're quite easy to find. I've promised myself I don't have that much to be fair. I've got 20 Orc to Pain Boy, full Chaos Shadowspear side, and 20 Death Guard and 5 characters. That's not too bad. I find it a lot easier if GW don't release anything that you want to buy for a while, and you can get your backlog done. Cool. That's quite a cool little pose actually, to get him in shot. Quite like that. I made quite a good sort of statue as well, sort of in that pose. So we've got 2 left, basically these 2 again. But when I promised I wouldn't buy anything till I've painted it, I bought a Drukhari army to paint. I've had a homunculus coven sort of idea and a few miniatures built for it for ages, over a year, and never got round to it. Right. Yeah, I'm quite impressed with how little cleaning up these miniatures require. Which is really nice. Got little bits of filing. There's not really many points of connection on each miniature. They don't really have mould lines either. The odd little one, but nothing too major. Which is good because I don't want you guys to sit here watching me just file flash off miniatures for an hour. But you do have to watch it for the next 10 seconds. I just wanna... There we go, that's better. Sweet. Right, the legs go on much better once you actually know how you're putting them on. There we go. Nice. Get them on the base. So yeah, I don't know why I grabbed what I thought was the base is what came with it. And I seem to be one short for each of them, so that's interesting. I don't know where they've disappeared to. So I'll just go grab another one. There's literally a big box over there of about 700 32mm bases in. There's an even bigger box of over 1,000 40s in. So, never really short on bases. My wife's watching some reality crap on TV, so it's either that or you. I think I made the right choice. And that's a pretty low bar, but I'll take it as a compliment. Yeah, I hope you made the right choice. I hope I'm slightly more entertaining than that mind-numbing crap that they call reality TV. Still, if it gives people a break for an hour or two from their significant others, it's not all bad. That's when you need to get your precious hobby time in, isn't it? Right. This guy. Well, bit number 2. Oh, I got almost. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh. Infinitely more entertaining. That's good. I just want to pull my muscles trying to pick that bit up. Right. Get him on his base. Right, we're almost done with the Furies. I'll probably move on to the Corvus Cabal. I've got some more terrain to finish up from the last stream, but Corvus Cabal are more interesting, aren't they? And actually, once I've built the Corvus Cabal, I've actually would have built every warband. Because I have done the Splintered Fang. I'm not a massive fan of how I converted some of them, so I might redo a couple of the miniatures for that. I've built the Unmade. I'll be sharing pictures of them over the next couple of days. I just need to green stuff a little bit on one of them. I've converted them up slightly, not drastically, but slightly. They got a bit more of a Slaneshi feel to them, so I'll be showing them off on the old socials. Yeah, I'll look to get these painted up in due course as well. Always lots to do in this hobby. Oh, he's not completely dry yet. Probably shouldn't attempt that yet. Could try this bit though, once I tidy up a bit. Okay, so just the head on this one, and then that is them. Not bad really, just over an hour to get them built. See where I can get with the Corvus Cabal. I'm not doing no conversion work on the Corvus Cabal just because they're just awesome. I really like them anyway. I don't know whether to try and paint them slightly different to how people have been doing them. I might look at different types of birds for inspiration, and maybe if there's quite a unique looking one I like, I could follow the scheme for that maybe. There we go, Furies. Nice. Yeah, I was saying earlier that the heads on the Raptorixes really remind me of the Skeksis from Dark Crystal, so I'm very tempted to make some sort of conversion up for that. They've got this sort of, like, obviously this bird-like head, where you can see that. And just with a frill around their neck as well. Maybe that's what inspired GW for them. Wouldn't surprise me. Ridiculously nice models, those Corvus Cabal, amongst some of the best I've seen in a while. Yeah, I totally agree. And here they are, ready to open. Not even opened the box. I don't know what I like rules-wise. I might have a quick look as well. I feel like after a few games of Warcry, I'm starting, not to become an expert, but I'm starting to sort of know what's sort of good and what's sort of mediocre, sort of just by looking at them. Nighthaunt look really bad. I don't know if anyone's had any experience with them, but their rules do not excite me one bit. They're quite tough. Yeah, cool is a rule. He's certainly a rule when it comes to cool. Yeah, Nighthaunt are quite tough, quite hard to kill, and they can sort of resurrect each other, but or the leader can resurrect some. And Spirit Hosts don't seem too bad, but they're all strength 3 with their attacks, which might be alright against some stuff, but not against sort of, if they're playing against Stormcast or Iron Jaws, they're in deep trouble. So I don't know how many points you get in this box, but we have, so much like a lot of factions, you got your little weak guys. Only 60 points, toughness 3, 8 wounds. They're going to die really easily. Their output's quite weak as well. So you've got a few of them, 75 points, 65 points. And you got your better guys. So strength 4, 2/4, pretty sort of average. 4 attacks, pretty nice though. So you could essentially be doing 8 per activation, or even 10 if you use onslaught. So there's potential there to put out a lot. Strength 4 is pretty good. When you come up against toughness 5 stuff though, things do get tricky. This guy's got 5 attacks, which is really nice. 20 wounds at toughness 4, and you can move 8 inches, so really quick. The normal guys move 5, so they're quite a quick army, definitely. And he's not even your leader, so he's pretty good. So I think you're only limited on how many leaders you can take, so I think you can take more than one of these in your warband. I'd certainly get some more of them, I think. I'll have to check how well they're selling on the website. And then you've got your leader guy. He does 5 damage on a critical, which is pretty nice. Toughness 4, 20 wounds, not too bad. 4 attacks. Got potential to do some damage there. So they're quite quick, definitely. They're no more sort of average than bad, but they're not a great deal of amount of points. You can have quite a big warband with these. Have you ever been to Warhammer World and seen the dioramas there? Yes, I have actually. I went last year, and yes, awesome. I have to go back again sometime soon. It's about 3 hours from where I live, so not a million miles away. To overseas people, that's right on the doorstep. But in the UK, it's sort of a long day out for us. Just look at the abilities on the Corvus Cabal. So, if anyone's actually interested, you guys won't even be interested, but I'm interested in this. Pick a visible enemy fighter within 8, roll a dice. On a 3 to 5, allocate 1 damage to that fighter, and on a 6, allocate a number of damage points to that fighter equal to the value of this ability. I mean, that's not bad for a double that anyone can use. That's pretty good. Just an odd bit of damage. If you're against something really tough, you know, there's a chance you could take some damage off it where you might struggle before, like usually. And this is an extra double to get an extra bit of damage. Could make a difference. Swift climb until the end of fighter's activation. Do not count the vertical distance moved. Quite nice. Pick an enemy fighter within 20 inches of this fighter until the end of a battle round. That fighter cannot make disengage actions. Pretty good if you're up against anything that likes to shoot you. Then we have the swooping attack. Make a bonus move action. In addition, if you finish that move within 3 or more vertically lower than the stand position, you can make a bonus attack. So basically, sort of jumping off a building to do an attack, but you have to move down vertically. So yeah, one of them ones where it's a bit circumstantial. Are these models unique to Warcry? Are they part of an Age of Sigmar faction? All the models in Warcry can be used for the Slaves to Darkness or just Chaos faction. They're all a bit shit in Age of Sigmar, mind you, but they're quite cheap in points. So I've not even opened up my Warcry box. Oh, you should. Good stuff. Grizzly Trophy. Until the end of a battle round, add 1 to the attack's characteristics of attack actions that have a range characteristic of 3 or less made by visible friendly fighters while they're within 6 inches of this fighter. So that's pretty good, actually. Especially if you're around an objective or something, you'll get 1 bonus attack action. And these guys do have quite a few attacks. And Death from Above. This fighter makes a bonus move action. They can then make a bonus attack action. Add 1 to the strength of that attack action if they swooped down vertically. So they sort of definitely play like they need to be up high and jumping down on people. Oh, excuse me. But that bonus strength would really come in handy against your harder stuff. Yeah, we certainly need to do more games using the so-called weaker stuff or more horde-like armies, because using like Stormcast and Ironjaws and things like that, you know, they're basically like just playing a load of games with Space Marines. And yeah, there's the horde armies. I mean, these are probably quite good if you put them up against other sort of horde armies. They'll probably do quite well. I have to jump over my miniatures on the floor like a spring lamb, which have been sprayed and base painted. Yeah, I know that trouble. Anyway, let's get building. Well, we'll start with the Shadow Piercer. As always with these, you usually start with the leader. Get the bases ready. These miniatures are just beautiful. What do you think of the Age of Sigmar Mortal Realms magazine? Yeah, that's basically their version of Conquest, isn't it? I think it's a good idea. I'm surprised it took this long to happen. I haven't really looked at it enough to know what you actually get, though. I guess is it going to be Stormcast and Nighthaunt? What do you guys do to stop dust? Leave them to dry for 20 minutes with an open window, then cover them with a plastic bin liner, and I still get dust and I have to airbrush it away. You are asking the wrong guy. We've got so many dusty miniatures around here. In Spain we got a Mortal Realms magazine before the Brits. Oh, right, I see how it is. Oh, that's cool, I didn't know that. Where the hell are the bits for this dude? There he is. Right. Fever Espana. Yeah, I wonder why that is. Torresino like us here. He don't like anyone. Don't be fooled by people like that. They only look after number one. I'm subscribed, but still haven't got haven't received my first issue. Oh, hopefully it'll turn up soon. I'm hoping the White Dwarf will be soon as well. I've got enough Age of Sigmar miniatures. Yeah, I hear that. Right. How on earth does this go on? Aha. Oh, I see. Okay. Right, this bit's going to be fun. It needs to sort of go in there like that and then go around like that, which it doesn't want to do, because it also needs to sort of go in at that angle. Aha! It just needs a little bit glue on the arm so it stay in place. There we go. Nice. Could you guys explain to me why GW got rid of all those digital and physical books, Citadel painting books for Age of Sigmar and 40k? Their new Citadel colour website is rubbish. Yeah, because they had some really nice books, didn't they, for painting? Yeah, I don't know. I can't say I've really looked at this at the Citadel colour website, because it's just, yeah, like you say, it's rubbish. So there's not really anything that really appeals to me on there. I don't really like all these painting videos they're doing now, like this battle ready stuff. Nah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they were cool, weren't they? As a game, I think I prefer 40k, but as a lore and settings go, I definitely have fantasy bias. I find the AOS models to be much more interesting as well. Yeah, I'm not really too sure what I fancy at the moment. Everything seems to be sort of Age of Sigmar and Warcry related at the moment for me, but I mean, I was massive just 40k for years and years, just 40k, everything 40k. Didn't really have much interest in fantasy. Still had a little bit of fantasy, but really massively into 40k. But I don't know. There's a few little rules they need to fix in 40k for me to sort of love it again. I still struggle with vehicles in combat at the moment. They just don't make sense to me. How on earth does this mask go on? That's so fiddly. Why would it tell me to put the mask on after this arm? Because that arm's just in the way now. There we go. That already painting is like having a Chinese robot painting your minis in a factory. Yeah, it's that kind of like the stuff you'd find on a cheap toy type paint job, isn't it? It's very basic. It's fine, but not what the hobby's about, really, is it? And then they do something like remove some dwarf dispossessed minis and elves minis from sale. Oh god, yeah, they removed a lot of stuff, and I was not too happy about that, because some really nice stuff has disappeared. Try and think of the top of my head. Yeah, the Lotha and Skycutters for the high elves. I mean, pretty much high elves are dead now. Pretty much. You got Shadow Warriors left and Sisters of the no, what are they called? The Sisters of the Watch or something. I don't know. It's pretty much what you got left. Yeah, like the Lotha and Skycutters are really nice miniatures. A bit stupid idea, but sort of an eagle pulling a chariot. But that's pretty cool. Sold really well for us. The high elf chariot with the pulled by the lions. Brilliant set. Absolutely loved it. Just gone. That sold really well as well. Didn't they get rid of some Wanderers box set? Yeah, they got rid of the Glade Guard. So they went. The Glade Riders already went a couple of years ago, I think, and now the Glade Guard are gone. So like their main Wood Elf guys are just gone. You're pretty much left with Sisters of the Thorn and the Eternal Guard. Well, the Eternal Guard are beautiful miniatures. Yeah, I mean, there's anything left. Like, a lot of the basic high elf stuff's gone. Surprisingly, a lot of the dark elf stuff's still about, which makes me think they've probably got some plans for them. Obviously, whatever's left will end up in Cities of Sigmar. I'm waiting for that to come out, and then we're going to redo our website so everything's set up properly, because everything's still in like the old way, the high elves, things like that. But we'll sort it out for Sigmar once that book drops, and everything's a bit sort of sorted out better then. Yeah, a lot of dwarf stuff's gone. That really annoyed me when I got rid of the Empire cannon, and that's still obviously not come back. Yeah, the Empire big wagon thing, the Luminac of Hish, gone. Another great set, not that old. The Empire General as well, another great seller for us, gone. So yeah, crazy, isn't it? Yeah, no idea why they got rid of them. Elves have had such a bad deal. Obviously in time they'll get replaced, but yeah, I mean, a lot of these plastic sets, they stand up well, really. The only bonus for us is it's freed up a lot of space, because as it stands, we'll probably run out of space with our current storage in the next couple of years. Especially with the Ossiarch Bone Reapers and Sisters of Battle coming out, they're gonna take up some space. But there's probably enough space left for a couple of years worth of releases. But after that, I don't know. I'll get some more storage and find somewhere else for it. Yeah, we'll work it out. Who knows what else GW get rid of by then. But that's essentially why we don't stock everything, because otherwise, you know, I'd like to stock more stuff if we could, but we just don't have space for it. Cool, so that's for Shadow Piercer. Just such a gorgeous miniature, isn't he? Look at him. Let's see him better. Not like that, you're not. Yeah, I really like him. Well, I like all of them. They're all cool, let's face it. But yeah, I'm going to try and find some interesting colour schemes for them, I think. You look like a guy in that scene in Eyes Wide Shut. I'm not sure I've seen it, actually. So I'm doing the Shrike Talon now. I'm gonna have to look into some ideas of maybe converting up some other Shrike Talons, because they do seem really good, and they're not a leader, so you're not limited to how many you can take. That's not going to go on there, is it? This is going to go on there, I think. Oh no, I need the other bit first. 9. Because obviously, if I want another Strike Talon, I don't really want to have the exact same miniature. It's not 1993 anymore. Right, so 14. Oh, is that the haha. Hang on. I forgot to put the bird on the Shrike Talon. There we go. So actually, he's holding a bird as well. So cool. Yeah, I'm certainly gonna research a load of different types of birds and see if there's an interesting pattern, and card scheme what takes my fancy, and I might maybe base them off of that. Be quite cool. So that's gonna go on there. Somehow. I got a clue how this goes together. Have I got the right bit? I did cut off 14, yes. I think that must go on there? No? I think it might actually. It's not going to go on very well until I get the other piece by the looks of it. A flamingo. No. Could you imagine? I'd like to see someone do that, mind you. I wouldn't be completely put off by something quite bright. I don't really want to go too dark with these, actually. I still can't see how that goes on. I'm going to keep that bit dry now, so his wings are there. I was saying his wings, he doesn't actually have wings, he just wears a big sort of winged cloak thing. It look like it sort of goes on like that. So let's try that again. Yeah, I like that. He has such a little contact point on the base as well. He's going to be super fun to attach to his base. Which he's actually on the 40. 16. So that bit. That's like the other side of his hood. Oh no, that's broke. Oh no. Good old flimsy GW bits. I'll glue that back on later. Oh, I'll take the thing off completely if it's that annoying. I hate when they have little flimsy bits like that and they die on you. Or worse, when they're already broken on the sprue. That happens sometimes. Oh, I see. So he's got one on his head and one on there. That goes on pretty cool. I heard the snap. Yeah, bloody thing. There's one on the other bit as well, so let's see if that survives. Well, to be fair, it's when they're joined on the sprue. One of these long bits. You can see that. It's when they're joined on the sprue down the bottom, and you cut it off from the top, and it's still attached to the bottom, and it just breaks in half. That's essentially what happened to the other bit. I should, in my experience, know that you cut the bottom bit first. But got a bit complacent there. I think I quite like the hood with the bird mask. It sort of has a sort of Plague Doctor feel to it. It's quite nice. I think that's why they appeal to me. Let's see if I can get a little dab of glue on there and maybe glue that back on. I'm not too fussed if he's not going to have tassely bits. Okay, that's going to be tricky, isn't it? Bottom bit first. Yeah, definitely. Anything like that, these fiddly bits. That might just stay in place. Just his feet, I think, by looking at that. Cool, how are we doing for time? We've still got 25 minutes, so we should be able to get another one or two built. No trouble at all. Is that right foot? I'm not entirely sure which foot's which now. Oh yeah, that was the right one, definitely. So that goes on there. Yeah, one will go on there. Cool, yeah, I don't really like that he's got a very small point on the base though. It's that tiny little foot attaches him to the base and that's it. There's a lot of weight to this guy. So I'm going to have to just hold him down for a bit while that sets a little bit. And maybe prop him up against something. I have Stormcast. There we go. Stormcast will look after him. Oh, still got a little drop left, I think. Next up is a Spire Stalker. A couple of Spire Stalkers actually. And Spire Stalkers are pretty decent as well, so you get a couple of them, so that's cool. Just trying to remember what everything is. Luckily the back of the cards do tell you, which is really nice. So I really like that. They tell you what everything is, because I mean, yeah, there's quite a lot in this warband. So they're definitely sort of a horde army type. But again, Spire Stalkers seem pretty decent. They're probably quite well balanced in truth. And the Spire Stalker, so that's this guy. Literally only about 3 bits to him. So we'll definitely get him built. He's on a 28. So yeah, interestingly, they added a new base size for Warcry. I say interestingly, probably not that interesting really, but why they added a new base size, I have no idea. I guess they just wanted something in between 25 and 32 mil. To be fair, this guy would probably be better on a 32. Whether they've done it just so it's a little bit easier to distinguish between different types of units, I don't know. While he's drying, I'm going to get this other guy cut up as well. Let's put bits over there for him. So let's have a look. Yeah, his Spire Stalker's pretty cool actually. But I have absolutely no idea how that pit goes on anything. Is that even the right? Yeah, I think it is. Ah, but that's gotta go on that. Somehow. And they have some weird angles on these instruction books. Wow, I really don't know how that goes on. Does that go between there? Yeah, like that. Oh, that's a bit awkward to put on. A bit off topic, but you know your stuff, and I'm pretty new to this, so I want to collect / play Silver Skulls. Which codex do I need for them? Definitely Space Marine Codex. The new ones just came out. Silver Skulls, I can't remember who their successor chapter 2, but I will quickly Google it. Silver Skulls. Space Marines. So there's a successor chapter of the Ultramarines. So you can just use Codex Space Marines, but you may want to pick up so you may want to pick up the Ultramarine supplement as well. You don't need it. You can play without it, no trouble at all. They actually give you rules in the new Space Marine Codex to make up your own sort of chapter rules if you want to use your own rules for Silver Skulls, or you can pick up the Ultramarines supplement and you can use the Ultramarines rules for them. Because the first Founders, their rules tend to roll over to the successor chapters as well. But you don't have to use them, but you definitely 100% need Codex Space Marines. And yeah, the new one's only been out a few weeks, but there's some nice stuff in there. There's so much to choose from. Yeah, no trouble at all. If you're new to it, you might find it to be a very overwhelming codex because there's just so many units in it. Because all the Primaris and the old stuff sort of mixed together now, they just have so much to choose from, which is nice. We were talking about it recently. I do think a lot of the old Space Marine stuff will eventually get phased out. So I do recommend just going with the Primaris units. Because I do think in the next 5 years, maybe 5 to 10 years, most of the older Space Marine stuff will probably get phased out and just replaced with Primaris variants. I mean, they're now doing it to all the special characters, which is really cool, apart from Shrike, who looks awful. But yeah, I don't know, but I mean, there's loads of Primaris stuff now anyway, so you can have a massive army just using them. But I mean, we've all got old Space Marine stuff. I've got loads of it, so it's still very, very much usable, and some of it's very nice. But I just don't see much future for it, unfortunately. Also, if you're lucky, you can sometimes pick up the Silver Skulls shoulder pads from the Deathwatch box. It's such a cool box for all the successor chapters, because there's loads of different shoulder pads for them. On earth does that go on? So you tell me I've got to put that on after that bit? That's ridiculous. These instructions are a laugh. This guy's only got 3 bits, but he's an absolute pain in the backside to put together. Do it that way. Thank you then. Yeah, lovely miniature though. Yeah, only 3 pieces for that, but they were a bit awkward to put together. Don't put the head on first, because the hair gets way in the way. I mean, the hair's all the way down his back, look. And you meant to put his back on after you put his hair on. Like, that's a right faff. I mean, getting his head on after the back is still hard enough. So, yeah. Have fun doing that one. Here's a bit of a pain. The other guy, not so much, which is nice. I better just file that shoulder pad. Right, how are we doing for time? I think we can get another 1 or 2 in. So, Cabalist with Spear or regular Cabalist? So, tell you what, sometimes I think I'm going to do one with a Spear. Let's see. Oh, hell yeah. For 10 points, that's so much better. They're literally only 10 points more than the regular Cabalist. And you have an extra point of damage on the critical and an extra inch of range, which is really can be really important in this game, because if you're 2 inches away from someone who's got a 1 inch reach themselves, they have to move that inch to get to attack you back. That uses up a whole action which they could have used to attack you. So it's really good. So don't, if you're new to the game, do not underestimate the 2 inch reach of weapons, because they can come in handy, especially when you got stuff like this which are quite easy to kill. So yeah, we're definitely going to have spears on our guys. Alright, let's tighten it up just a little bit more. Right, so these are on the little 25mm bases. Get him on there like so. 27 is his other weapon. So I'll just leave them there while he's drying. There's not much to him. Cabalist with Familiar. As much as I'd want to have one with Spear, the Familiar looks so nice. But I don't know what it does. Does it I don't think it gives you any other rules. Oh wait, no, they might have their own card. Cabalist with Familiar. So I guess he could probably do a certain ability. Only 60 points. He looks cool. He might be worth doing. Oh yeah, so he has a Harry and Raven ability. It could be interesting. Yeah, I'll certainly make him up then. One of the spear looks pretty cool as well. Maybe I'll add one of them to the warband in the future. after that go on? Oh, there we go. And he can go on a 25. To get his familiar and his head. Have you ever seen someone from the 1980s who is now a pensioner play Warhammer recently? No, but I haven't really seen many people play Warhammer, really. I mean, I haven't been to a friendly local game store for a while, but I have seen a few older people in there. Not quite pension age, mind you, but there are a few sort of older players, which is really cool. But yeah, no one of pension age, I don't think. But remember, we're in the UK, so the state pension is peanuts, if you're lucky. So pensioners can't afford to play Warhammer, can barely afford to eat. Work till you drop. And for Tories get their own way, definitely they want to raise the pension age to over 70. However, mold lines on these guys, very few and far between, really, which is really nice. Oh god, I should have put that head on sooner. There we go. I like him. He's cool. There's sort of little familiar, little bird. That bird can go off and flap around in other people's faces, which makes it so they can't disengage, which is quite fun. This guy needs a little bit cleaned up on his come on. There we go. Let's get a spear. 5 minutes till we've done 2 hours. Tempted to try and do another one. I think I've got that many left to build. About 3 or 4. They have quite a lot of miniatures. These Cabalists are quite cheap in points. I think you need kind of a mix of cheap throwaway guys and sort of hard hitters. So I think from this box I would probably replace a couple of the cheaper guys with another hard hitter. Possibly another... Probably another Shrike Talon. Definitely, because they're pretty cool. Yeah, because they're strength 5 for Shrike Talon. So I think if you're up against things like Stormcats and Ironjaws, they will really be useful. He's a bit on the wall there, but there we go. Right, well this guy's only 3 pieces, so let's get him built as well. Speaking of mould lines, funny story. Like I said, I'm new to this. I thought mould lines were lines of mould. So when I hear people say clean up your mould lines, I'm putting my models in the sink and giving them a good clean. Yeah. Although some people will do that with because some models, like if they're made out of resin, then you do actually have to put them in the sink and give them a good clean to get the release agent off them. But yeah, for actual mould lines, you just file them away or use a knife. So whenever you see me filing, I'm normally just getting rid of mould lines or just where the miniatures join. But there's very few mould lines on them at all. It's mainly just where they're connected to the sprue, what needs tidying up. Obviously, as the technology gets improved, there's less and less sort of mould lines on miniatures. You certainly notice that with the newer kits, there's a lot less. Right. That brings us nicely to 10 o'clock. Once he decides to stick to his base. So I'm not sure he wants to, he might. Cool. Yeah, quite a lot for 2 hours work, I must say. I'll get the rest of these built up some point over the next day or two. Get them all sprayed and yeah, look forward to painting them. I'll only do basic jobbies on the beasts, I think, but hopefully they'll look alright. Maybe some contrast paint in there might help. See what I can do with the wings actually. I've got an idea for Carmine Dragon, because I've got one of them lying around, as you do. And I've seen this really cool wing effect I want to try, so maybe on a smaller scale they could be my test subjects. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, not bad. I mean, there's a lot of miniatures in this box actually. A lot of miniatures. I don't know if it says on the box how many you get. I guess it's... Oh, it says 9. There's only 9 on the box. I'm sure it's more than that. Well, it feels like there's more. I've done 7. Oh, perhaps I have only got... Oh no, there is 9, so I've only got 2 left. You've done more in 2 hours than I have in 2 years. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I do these shows, because I can just sit down and get things done, but... Well, the main reason I do it is for the chat, because I love the interaction. It's definitely the best part. And speaking of which, you guys have been brilliant on the chat tonight. That's been really enjoyable. So thank you so much. Yeah, so I'll get the other 2 done soon. Yeah, so 9 models, not bad. Pretty good sized warband. You have to total up the points, because these boxes don't always give you... they're normally a bit shy of 1,000 points, and obviously there's different variations you can build them, so yeah, be interesting. But yeah, really looking forward to finding a nice card scheme for these guys, building them up, maybe looking into making another Shrike Talon. That could be worth a conversion video, I think, because you know, I think people might be interested in adding some variation to this stuff, and who knows, maybe Forge World in the future will bring out some other miniatures for them as well, like they do for Necromunda. So my hobby is watching lads like yourself hobby. Well, that's cool. Like I say, we'll keep putting out the content. Yeah, painting video for Fjord from Critical Role is coming out at the weekend, and yeah, and there'll be one for Beauregard next week as well. So I just need to edit. And yeah, like I say, hopefully we'll do some more Warcry. We want to do some Kill Team games. And yeah, there'll be some more hobby school stuff and some of Ingrid's noob series as well. So she's going to be looking at washers in the next video. I think she'll probably do that in the next couple of weeks. And yeah, really exciting times ahead for the channel. We're also on our way to 10,000 subs. We've gone over about 9,100. So in the next few months we should hit 10k as well, which is awesome. So really looking forward to that. So now we'll do a massive giveaway when that comes out and when that happens. So look out for that in the future as well, and make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already, because it will be open to subscribers. So yeah, thanks so much everyone for watching, and yeah, I'll hopefully be back in a week or two for another one. Like I say, they're just going to be sporadic at the moment until I work out what type of routine I can get going, and then I'll pick a night that I know I'm definitely going to be free, and then we'll do them all then. So yeah, I've got to try and remember how to turn this off, and I'll see you all again very soon.